Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, AIS, for giving me this opportunity. Talking about the eyelid reconstruction surgeries, our main goal is to achieve adequate globe coverage, proper lid closure, preservation of tear film integrity, and aesthetically appealing eyes. So, common indication of lid reconstruction is post-trauma, post-tumor excision, acquired coloboma, post-burn, post-trauma, and congenital coloboma. So aim of our study was to review indication, surgical technique, outcome after eyelid reconstruction surgeries. It was a retrospective interventional non-comparative study including 25 patients who presented from 2018 to 21 and had follow-up of more than 3 months. Those who had follow-up of less than 3 months or lost the follow-up were excluded. So here are our results. Mean age of presentation was 47 year with male preponderance, and post-tumor excision coloboma was the most common cause of the clinical diagnosis. Upper lid full thickness, right eye central defect was the most common presentation. Most patient had lid defect of around 50% or more than that. The surgeries that we performed were direct closure, tensile flap, Hughes flap, Cutler Baird procedure, and Frick's procedure. Mean duration of follow-up was 18 months. At a mean follow-up 18 months, most patients had good lid contour, well-formed lid margin, and adequate lid movement. Here are some of our cases. This one was a patient of upper lid hypertrophic nevus. Pentagon resection was done followed by direct lid closure, and this is post-op picture after 3 months. This patient had lower lid sebaceous cell carcinoma. Post resection, there was more than 50% lid defect, followed by tensile flap reconstruction. This is post of 1 week picture, and we can clearly see a well-formed lid margin here. This is another case of post-tumor resection, lid coloboma, followed by tensile reconstruction. This is post-op 12-month picture. A very well-formed lid contour can be seen here. This patient also underwent post-tumor.
Pause the presentation. There's something wrong. The display has gone off. Can someone call someone from AV, please? I think there are 3 minutes left for your presentation. We'll just hold on. Yes. It was saying for quite some time that it needed a key to be pressed. Yeah, it's visible now. Giving you 3 minutes starting now. Start, please.
Thank you, sir. This was also post-tumor resection. Here we can see more than 50% of the lid coloboma. A Hughes flap was raised to create the posterior lamina. Tarsoconjunctival advancement flap and anterior lamina was reconstructed by advancement of musculocutaneous flap. This was a case of 45-year male who presented with right eye upper lid large sebaceous cell carcinoma. As we can see, post-tumor resection, there is more than 75% of lid defect. Cutler Baird surgery was planned for the patient, and here in the third image we can see post-operatively full thickness flap in situ. This is post-op 18-month picture. A well-formed lid margin, lid contour can be seen here, except for the loss of lashes. Patient had good lid function. This patient also underwent post-op Cutler Baird, post-op 18 months after tumor resection. This was a case of road traffic accident presented to us with extensive chemosis, loss of upper lid with tissue defect. After settling down the inflammation, primary lid tear repair was done, and post-operatively a full upper lid full thickness defect with lag ophthalmos was observed. Patient underwent Cutler Baird surgery, and in the fourth image we can see status post Cutler Baird 2, a well-formed lid crease and adequate lid closure was achieved. This was a 62-year-old female patient presented with left eye lower lid sebaceous cell carcinoma involving punctum. A combined approach of bilobe flap with tensile flap was planned for this patient. Here in the third image we can see post intraoperatively both the flaps, and this is immediate post-operative picture. This is post-op 12 month. A shallow notch was there in the lid, lower lid. This patient was full thickness. Patient had full thickness lower lid defect post-trauma. Posterior lamina was recreated by Hughes flap, and anterior by the full thickness skin graft harvested from retroauricular area. This was a patient, 70-year-old male with invasive basal cell carcinoma. After tumor excision, there was 100% lower lid coloboma and upper lid 25% defect was there. Frick's flap was raised to reconstruct lower lid. At 2-week partial graft necrosis medially was observed. The extra tissue from the bridge of the flap was used to replace the necrosed tissue. This is post-op 6-month picture. After that, patient lost the follow-up. So it was a retrospective study of 25 patients. Most common cause of the reconstruction was post-tumor resection, and upper lid was most commonly involved. Tenzel flap was the most common surgery, followed by Cutler Baird. Ptosis, lag of thalamus, partial graft necrosis, and the notch were seen as the post-op complication and managed accordingly. After comparing the literature, it was our observation that in Indian setups, a population-based study has not been conducted that can discuss with the post-operative outcome and complication of lid reconstruction. So concluding my presentation, a careful assessment of defect involving site size and lamella is involved when both the laminas are to be reconstructed. We need a vascularized flap. Functional improvement, best cost basis, and the method convenient to surgeon should be the procedure of choice. Limitation of this study was that it was a short sample study, and being an oncology specialty unit, most cases were of post-tumor excision, acquired coloboma leading to selection bias. Thank you.
And Dr. Singh, I had a question for you.
Yes, sir.
It's been these sort of studies which showcase what type of lid tumors and which type of lid surgeries are required have been published from different parts of the world.
Yes, sir.
What's the take-home message from your particular study?
So that's what I mentioned in one of the slides, that in our Indian setup, we don't have a population-based study that can gather a large number of patients and discuss about the post-op outcomes and complications associated with lid reconstruction surgery. So it would be better if, like, with more number of sample size, we continue this thing.
Required a resurgery for ptosis and lag.
No, ma'am, the lag of thalamus was mild, the notch was shallow. For that partial graft necrosis, we reconstructed that middle from the extra tissue of the flap, fixed flap.